All right, so we can easily add in the warning around the rest of the buffers. We'll come back to that. Let's figure out first, how do I get it to go back to being Sleepy Cat if I'm outside the buffer? So we need to have another function to handle the event. And quite simply, we just say when it's appropriate, we go back to Sleepy Cat. Oops, two E's. So that's it. But where do we call this? We need to toss this on somewhere. Well, the place you might guess, if you take a second, maybe pause, think about it, where I might put this on. Well, my buffer is the cat and the space around it. So where does the buffer live? Well, the buffer is inside the window. Well, what if I said window.bind motion safe? So now theoretically it's safe, 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 safe until I go, oh wait, I broke my, it's not doing anything now. Well, what is it doing? Like, I'm not sure. If you're not sure, print something. What I'm going to do is, I spelled it wrong, but it doesn't matter. So right now it says safe, 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 warning safe, warning safe, warning safe, warning safe. Okay, well that's problematic because the second I go to warning, then it goes back to safe. So this is where we could do some sort of complicated logic for you know binding these two together, objects or whatnot. But there's actually a simpler way. So let's not bind the whole window. Let's do something a little bit roundabout, but works actually quite well. So let's create safe zone is equal to a canvas itself. All right, and so the canvas is going to live in the window. It's actually going to be all the window. And this is actually a little bit of a interesting little, I don't know if it's a bug, it's a feature in Python. So let me say the background of this is going to be green just for the moment, just to show you, the space that this lives in. I should say the canvas is going to be green. And we'll say safe zone dot pack and fill is equal to both. Oops, both. And then instead of packing the buffer, let's place the buffer. So we're going to place the buffer. We'll just say is going to be x is equal to 100, y is equal to 100. So just a lack of any better spot, we'll just put it 100, 100. And so what we're saying is we're filling in the space with this, and we're placing the buffer just somewhere in that space. Okay, well, it sort of kind of worked, but not entirely. So we got the warning, it popped up, but we didn't fill the entire space with this safe space, but we did fill part of it. So let's take a look at what's going on there a little bit more. But before I do that real quick, let's go ahead and add in the motion binding here to that safe space. So this is the safe zone. And then we can say it's going to be safe when it's in there. So let's go ahead and run this again real quick. So we have a sleepy cat. It's safe, 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 safe. Oh, worry cat, safe. It goes back to safe. So that the idea of it works. So nicely. The green just simply tells us where that zone is. And the useful thing about telling us green is you can see it didn't go all the way down. It didn't fill the whole space of everything. But that may or may not be a problem yet. Okay, the cool thing we have is we have very few lines of code. We have the ability to flip this back and forth. We have a safe zone and a warning zone. And the cool thing about this is Python distinguishes each of the different components. So for the window, everything was inside the window. But when we put this component inside here, we place the other one on top, we can distinguish the safe zone from the top zone, which means we can also distinguish the top zone from the left zone from the right zone and so on. And this is important because we could have just simply said all of this is worry or not space. But the reason why we'll see in a minute that we need the top, bottom, left, and right is because when the mouse enters the space and we want to go worry, we want to, if we get close enough, as we said before, we have two zones inside of here. We want this to move away. So I can't actually touch the cat. So the cat actually runs away. It's going to go down, left, right, or whatever. Um, and so that's going to be an important setup that we can now build because of the structure that we have. But the great part is we have our little safety zone and we have our warning zones that we have set up. So the quick answer to our warning zones is we can add in um, this line on each of them, right? I could do bottom buffer on here, and I can do left buffer, right? No, I'm going to do this one just to show you. Right there, our cat's warning. Again, our safe zone's not filling everything, but we'll come back to that. Um, and then we can do it for the left and right if we want to as well. But let's think about the next steps. So again, code small, because if we did it for everything, there could be other things that are broken. We'll just work on it one at a time. So before we go fix everything else, let's see if we can take it when I go into this zone. Let's see if I can get it so we can get the cat to move, and specifically move down in this case. And so that's what we're going to do next. So come back, and after you've got all this working, everything's running the same, come back and we'll take a look at that one.